Hey guys, I'm Richard Neowin. Today we're unboxing the Acer Enduro N3. This is a rugged laptop, which is always fun. I've reviewed a couple of Panasonic Toughbooks, who's really the leader in that market, but Acer just entered it. They just announced the Enduro brand a few months ago, and N3 is one of the first. So this is a 4.37 pound laptop. It's just under an inch thick. It's got 10th gen processors. It's got dedicated graphics in the form of an NVIDIA MX230, which is, not the most powerful dedicated graphics, but like the MX230, the MX lineup in general is the dedicated graphics, just so you can kind of say you have dedicated graphics. At least it's not integrated graphics of dedicated graphics. So, and that's, not a bad thing. It depends on the form factor. It's good to have rather than not have, if that makes sense. It's got a 14-inch 1080p display. They did not list the brightness in this spec sheet. And by the way, like the thing is that having reviewed Toughbooks, and some of the things that Panasonic has highlighted in that time, I know some of the things to expect, which will be like a super bright display, something like 1,000 nits. Where like this is something, a rugged notebook is something that's meant to be used out in the field. Like for instance, there's no cellular on this, which could be a problem. These things are meant to be used by law enforcement, fire departments, military, that kind of thing. So they do have different tiers. Obviously, this is like more of like a semi-rugged one. Okay, look at that. It's cool. It feels like something that you could drop. And then we have a charger in this box and a very noisy paper. It's a pin charger. Hopefully I won't have to actually use it. And all the ports are actually kind of sealed off for that waterproof IP53 rating. And I'm not sure how to get into them, but I can also... okay, so there's signs here that say what's on it. Oh, there you go. So we've got two USB Type-C ports, Type A ports over here. And over here we've got micro SD, USB Type-C. And it's not a Thunderbolt logo on there, so I'm guessing it's not Thunderbolt. That's not on the spec sheet either. HDMI, Ethernet, so like there's lots of stuff that you could plug into this. So over here we've got, smart card reader. Yeah, you can kind of go through that. Another thing about these types of PCs is modularity, which is something that we're really not seeing a lot of here. So like that's where that whole semi-rugged type of thing comes into play, rather than being fully rugged and needing to hot swap batteries and stuff like that. And then so I don't even see any kind of removable battery on the bottom. It's definitely not hot swappable. A lot of these types of PCs will have two batteries where you could actually pull one out without shutting it off. And then, whoops, whoops! I just oh no, oh look, it's fine. I've had some rugged PCs and I'll show them to friends like, I could actually drop this right now and it won't break. And one guy was like, so do it, and I just did it. I just dropped it on like a sidewalk or something, and sure enough, it's fine. Like that. These things are built to be dropped. They're built to be tough, waterproof, and withstand those tough conditions. So you can take a closer look at the inside here. So pretty large bezels. We do have a 180-degree hinge here. But what you're seeing here is it's really more of a traditional clamshell design with a rugged shell rather than a full-on rugged PC. Okay, so this can be dropped. It can do anything. There's no touch. It's not, I guess, not meant to be that type of PC. It's also not meant to be the type of PC that has thin bezels or anything like that. Standard backlit keyboard that we can see. It has those backlit keys, fingerprint sensor over here. The keyboard is not clickable, which I'm not a fan of, but it's also not uncommon for rugged PCs, but that does give us these physical buttons on the bottom. And Other than that, the keyboard is pretty standard. You got your power button up at the top. That's not shared with the fingerprint sensor or anything like that. These little lids for the ports are falling off on me here. But, like I was saying, we have our two USB Type A ports over here. And you kind of have to push those back in. SD card, USB Type C. That's pretty cool. HDMI 2.0. Remember... I don't know if it's 2.0. I shouldn't say that. And Ethernet. And then, of course, there's our power right here. Okay, but assuming that the USB Type-C port has power delivery, which I don't know for sure, we should be able to charge it just fine with any regular 65-watt charger. Okay, and like I said, the screen is 1080p. I don't know if they put any... Oh, here's Acer Enduro Manageability Suite, and there's nothing going on here. I was hoping for a little more customization options for stuff that we can do, and nothing called Enduro. One thing that's really nice is that there's no bloatware on here. That's really surprising for any Acer PC. There's no Norton antivirus, no Firefox, no Evernote. That's new. I've never, even their business PCs, I've never seen anything like it. Wow. And I'm really impressed because I've been criticizing them for this for a long time. It's terrible. The thing about bloatware is that no one does it anymore. It used to be a very common practice with the PC market, and then signature PCs became a thing, and bloatware went away. And now if you buy a PC, you're almost never going to get any kind of bloatware on it. So, except Acer, most Acer PCs come with Firefox. Like to me, the worst kind of bloatware is the kind that competes with something that's already pre-installed by the OS vendor. Like we have that a lot on Android. We have Gmail and then an email program. Like on Samsung, we have Chrome and Samsung Internet, stuff like that. So you would have Edge, and then you get Firefox pre-installed, and you get you have OneNote, and then you have Evernote pre-installed. Windows Defender versus Norton. And even like Acer would put its own solitaire apps on here and compete with Microsoft Solitaire Collection. And I'm really, really happy to see that it's not on this unit. That's awesome. I feel like the software kind of stole the show there because this is a very cool device. It's rugged. You could drop it. It's waterproof. And one thing I love about reviewing these types of devices is that I can take pictures of them in the rain. And there's not many devices where I could do that. In fact, if I'm writing a review and I have to go take pictures of something and it's raining out, it kind of ruins my day and I have to postpone the review. So. So this is a fun one. You could take pictures that you can't take with other devices. That's one of the things that makes these fun for me, But that's about it. Like I said, you could drop it. It's meant to survive harsh conditions. So and that's what it's going to do. So that's it. I'll have a review in a few weeks. So stay tuned. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.